Hello, Sharon Durbin Graves, Painting with Acrylics 101.com, coming to you live from my studio here in Kentucky. I want to talk to you today about light sources. Any painting, you have to determine where your light is coming from. Now, if you're doing a still life and you're looking at a setup, you can see where the light is coming from. If you're painting plein air, out on location, you can see where the light is coming from. If you're doing something kind of out of your head, then you have to decide where the light is coming from, which is what happened in this painting. So I determined that the light was coming from this side. As I was painting this, I took my soft vine charcoal and I actually had a little arrow up here. Oops, sorry. Had a little arrow up here and reminding me where the light was coming from. So as I was painting, I knew that this side of the tree was going to be lighter than this side, and it would be the same way on all the trees. That this branch, the top over here, would be over in here, all the way under here, this part down here on the roots, this would be highlighted, but on the other side, it's not. When you look at this side of the painting, the leaves are lighter over here than they are over here. That helps the eye to understand the perspective that you're trying to produce. The light source is technically back in here, but this whole side is lit up more than this side. So you determine in some cases where your light is coming from depending on what you're painting. As I said, if you're looking at a still life or if you're painting outdoors on location on plein air, you see the light. So you're going to use that as your reference. But the reason I put that there is so I don't forget. It's real easy to forget. I'm going to show you a couple of other examples, and these are from classes that I teach. I teach beginners in like group classes, and this is one of the things that takes beginner work and makes it look better, is if you can determine where the light source is from. It's what gives something a 3D look on a 2D surface, okay? So here is one. And it is like a pine bough with ornaments on it. And you can see the light is coming from here, it's here, and it's here. So if it were on both sides, it would not look right. If it was on this one here, but over here it was on this one, now your eye's going, what the heck, something's wrong there, something's not right. It's because the light source is coming from one side and it has to be shown that way for it to be realistic, for it to gain a 3D effect. This was a fun painting that one of my groups did, and and you can see here's the light source. Okay, so it hits the cats like right across the top of the head. It's out here, it picks up this one on the tail, and on the top of the leaves, the branches, is the lighter leaves. Out here, it's lighter than these over here. These are darker, they're farther away from the light source. So you have to determine where's my light source, and so right here it shows you where it is, but it also is kind of popping up over those kitty cats' heads, which I think is so fun. This is such a fun painting to do. And one of the reasons I love to teach beginners is I love to see that light come on when they're like, oh my gosh, look how this is. I eat that up. So when a student in a class that I teach gets it, it is just the most satisfying, rewarding thing that I get. So I have group classes that I teach, and I also teach some, I don't teach too many private lessons anymore, but I do take on some private students every once in a while, and that's exciting to see them figure out something and to realize, oh my gosh, I didn't know it worked like that. But understanding where your light source is coming from is particularly critical. It's almost as much, it's almost as important as understanding color theory. And in a way, it is part of the color theory spectrum, understanding where the light's coming from and how it affects everything else in that. Let's take another look here at this, at these ornaments that are here. The ball itself is lighter on this side and darker on this side, and then there's this highlight. Okay, and so if you look at each one, they're all like that. It's lighter on this, darker on this side, it's lighter on this side, darker on this side, and then there's that highlight to really sell it as a glass ornament ball. So if your work is looks flat, there's a couple of reasons, and one is you have not been consistent in determining where your light's coming from, and it doesn't reflect that in the entire painting. If I had done this painting and had everything right on this tree, but then the light kind of bounced around, I had it on this side here and this side over here and over here, and now this one's right and this one's on the wrong side, your eye would be very confused, and it would not be aesthetically pleasing. It would not create the depth that you might be trying to create. So understanding where your light source is, that should be on your list of things that I need to keep checking. That's why I have that little arrow that I write on there. Then when I'm done with the painting, because I've done it in soft bind charcoal, I can just take a wet paper towel and wipe that off. It comes right off. But so you didn't know where my secret was. but it helped me throughout the painting to remember, okay, the light has to come from this side. Yep, the light's over there, Sharon. Don't forget, light's on this side. So, and I've been painting for 20 years and I still put an arrow on my paintings. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Visit my website, www.paintingwithacrylics101.com. And it's a website created specifically, especially, and only for beginning painters. Where I said when I started learning to paint 20 years ago, if I ever get this, I'm going to share it. And so that's what that website is all about. I'm going to share everything I learn. And so there it is. I don't hold anything back. I don't put it in time-lapse video. You know, I want you to understand. I want you to learn. I want you to know. I want you to have a great art journey, just like I did. Maybe shorter, but good. So thank you so much. Have a great day. You know what to do. If you like this video, pass it on. Share it, help me grow my channel. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Let's paint together real soon. Hello, Sharon Durbin Graves, paintingwithacrylics101.com, in my studio here in Kentucky. I am inviting you into the Beginning Painter Boot Camp. It's a 10-day boot camp built especially and only for beginners, people who are just getting started, who want to learn how to do it better, and for those people who've been painting for a while, but your art still looks kind of flat. You're not satisfied with your results yet. You keep making the same mistake over and over again, and that is normal. that is how we learn. But in the boot camp that was created just for beginners, you're going to learn all sorts of art fundamentals, and some of those are how to use brushes. I'm going to introduce you to about 5 or 6 different kinds of brushes and how to use them in different ways to achieve the look that you want. Color theory. Color theory is critical. People want to pass by and I don't need to know that. You do. You really do need to know that, because that is the whole crux of why beginning artists' paintings look flat, because they don't understand color theory and values, the value system and all of that. We're going to learn all of those things. color theory is a lifelong lesson. I can't teach you everything in a week or 10 days, but we're going to really dig down deep inside of it. And finally, how to mix paint. I've taught hundreds, maybe thousands of beginners in group classes and in individuals and private lessons, and learning how to mix paint is always problematic. Everybody wants to keep mixing and mixing and mixing until there's no color left in there. So those are the fundamentals, some of the fundamentals we're going to really learn and help you move your art forward. So go to the link below and it will send you sign up. It'll send you an email, and then in that email will be a link to join a private Facebook group. All of the lessons, all of the live videos, everything will be delivered in that private Facebook group. And then 10 days after the boot camp is over, it'll all go away. So you really need to get in there and get as much goodness out of it as you possibly can. It's all free, and I can't wait to paint with you. I love working with beginners. That's all I teach, and I only teach them for a reason. I love to see the light come on. So hop in there, get signed up, get that email, and then sign up, join that private Facebook group. And I've already put some videos and things in there, so you can go there right now and get started. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Let's paint together real soon.